You know, history isn't just about what we remember. It's also about what we've forgotten. And some of those forgotten things, well, their technology's so advanced, they feel like they belong in our future, not our distant past. Okay, picture the scene. It's the time of the Crusades. Stories are spreading like wildfire about this incredible, almost mythical metal from the East called Damascus steel. The blades made from it, they were said to be impossibly strong, super flexible, and so sharp they could cut through stone or even a piece of silk falling through the air. And they had this distinct, beautiful, watery pattern on the surface. For hundreds of years, the best blacksmiths in Europe tried to copy it, and every single one of them failed. So you have to ask, was this just a tall tale? A story that gets bigger and better with each telling to make the past seem more romantic? Or had ancient weaponsmiths actually stumbled onto a secret that modern science hadn't even dreamed of yet? And then, sometime around the 18th century, the recipe was just lost. It vanished. The original blades became these priceless artifacts, and the secret to their power wasn't found in some dusty old book or a hidden workshop. Nope. The answer was waiting for a technology powerful enough to look inside the metal itself, the electron microscope. You heard that right. Modern scientists put these ancient swords under the microscope and found carbon nanotubes and something called cementite nanowires. These are structures that were officially discovered by modern science in the 1990s. The blacksmiths of the ancient world were, totally by accident, pioneers in nanotechnology. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Welcome to the Chronicler's Desk, where today we're uncovering the incredible lessons hidden in these lost marvels. But hold on, that legendary steel wasn't the only forgotten supermaterial out there. Not by a long shot. Let's travel from the forges of the Middle East all the way to the heart of the Roman Empire. Take a look at the Pantheon in Rome. Its massive concrete dome is to this day the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the entire world. It survived earthquakes, wars, and nearly 2 millennia of weather, while our modern concrete buildings start to crumble after just 50, maybe 100 years. How on earth did they do it? What was their secret? I mean, it's just wild, isn't it? Our modern, scientifically engineered concrete is brittle, it has a shelf life. But Roman concrete, which they made with stuff like volcanic ash, lime, and seawater, it actually gets stronger as time goes on. Little cracks don't signal the end for the structure, they actually kickstart a process of regeneration. And this is where the real genius comes in. Recent studies figured out that the Romans used what's called a hot mixing technique. By adding quicklime, they created these tiny, super reactive pockets of lime in the concrete. So when a small crack forms and water gets in, it hits one of these pockets, triggers a chemical reaction, and forms new crystals that literally fill the crack. The concrete actually heals itself. So let's back up. We've got two ancient technologies that are, in some pretty major ways, way better than what we have now. One's based on accidental nanotechnology, the other on this brilliant self-healing chemistry. So the big question is, why did we have to rediscover them? How does an entire civilization forget how to build things that last? Well, the answer isn't some big, single event. It's a process. It's a long, slow unraveling that historians call societal collapse. And understanding this is so important because it shows us just how fragile knowledge really is. If you find this kind of thing as fascinating as we do, and you want to keep digging into these hidden lessons from history, just take a second to like this, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. That way you won't miss our next deep dive. You see, knowledge doesn't just disappear overnight. It's not like someone just flipped a switch. If you look at the timeline for the Western Roman Empire, the fall wasn't a sudden explosion. It was this slow, grinding decay that went on for centuries. And as the empire got weaker, all the complex systems that support advanced knowledge, things like trade, education, and just basic political stability, they all started to crumble right along with it. This quote from the historian Joseph Tainter, it's so powerful because he means it literally. When a complex society starts to collapse, it actually starts to eat itself. The great aqueducts, the forums, the temples of Rome, they were taken apart piece by piece, their stones and their amazing concrete repurposed to build smaller, cruder buildings. The knowledge of how to build these incredible things was suddenly seen as less valuable than the raw materials they were made of. It's like a domino effect, right? When the trade networks fall apart, you can't get that special volcanic ash you need for Roman concrete or the wood steel ingots for Damascus blades.
When master craftsmen die without taking on apprentices, entire skill sets just vanish from the face of the earth. Records get lost, or maybe no one is even left who can read them. Knowledge is a living thing, and if you don't have a stable society to feed and protect it, it starves.
So, what is the big lesson here? What are we supposed to take away from all this? Well, it really forces us to challenge an idea that's baked into our modern way of thinking, the idea of progress itself. We tend to picture human history as this unwavering march forward, right? Like an arrow that's always pointing up, where each generation is smarter than the last and technology only gets better. But Damascus steel and Roman concrete are proof that this is a dangerously simple way to look at things. Humanity has taken these incredible leaps forward only to fall back, to forget, and then to have to learn the exact same lessons all over again. And this leads to a really profound thought. Maybe true progress isn't just about inventing the next shiny new gadget. Maybe real progress is about building a society that's resilient enough to hold on to its best ideas, both old and new, without losing them in the next crisis. It's about building wisdom, not just collecting information. And here's the really cool part. We're actually starting to do just that. Innovators today are looking to the past not as some dusty old museum, but as an instruction manual for solving some of our biggest 21st century problems. I mean, just look at this. Modern researchers are literally developing self-healing concrete inspired by that Roman recipe. Environmental scientists are reviving ancient farming techniques like biochar to help fight climate change. Engineers in dry parts of the world are studying these amazing ancient underground aqueducts called qanats. These aren't steps backward. This is a brilliant fusion of ancient wisdom and modern science. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing solutions to our problems might be hiding in plain sight, dismissed as primitive, or locked away in a history we've just forgotten how to read? So in the end, the past isn't some backward place to be outgrown or escaped from. It's a resource. It's this massive library of human ingenuity, and we're only just now realizing how many of its most important books have gone missing. I think the challenge for us is to become better librarians, to protect the knowledge we have, and to go out there and search for the books we've lost.